Hey my loves, welcome to my channel, where I help you glow up from the inside out. If you're new here and you haven't yet subscribed, fix that now by hitting the bell and join the growing community of sensational ladies all over the world. So today we are talking about how to move in silence, or more specifically, the 5 things that you should keep private if you want a happy life. And just to note, in this video, I'm not advising you to not share these things with anybody. I'm advising you not to share these things with your colleagues or people that you don't know that well. Another thing to let you know, my loves, is that the internet is not your diary. So not only am I advising you not to share these things with people who you don't know that well, but I'm also advising you to keep the following things off the internet for the purposes of a peaceful life and the added bonus of some good old feminine mystery, something that's becoming more and more rare these days due to the culture of oversharing. Make sure you watch to the end so that you don't miss out on any of this tea, because trust me, it's going to change your life and how you move in social situations. Okay, so the first thing you want to be keeping to yourself is your relationship status / relationship dramas. There's nothing wrong with people knowing you're single if you are, or knowing that you're dating, but I would advise being very vague with this. Do not air your dirty laundry in public and talk to people about every argument you have with your boyfriend, every horrific date that you go on, or anything that you could possibly regret later. The reason being is because things change very fast, and not everybody has your best interests at heart. Some people can't wait to hear your chaotic dating stories, so it's super important that you keep these things between you and your trusted friends and don't overshare with colleagues or people that you don't know too well. The next thing you want to keep your mouth closed about is your financial situation. Now, more and more I'm seeing people talk about how much money they have, how long they took to save it, and on some levels I do think it's good that there is now a transparency about money. But I still think it's somewhat unwise to talk to everybody and anybody about how much money you make, about how much money you've got saved, and about your various money moves. There are a lot of jealous people out there who do not want to hear about your financial success. Equally, if you're financially struggling, there are a lot of people who are relishing hearing that information. So it's not really a good idea to be sharing these things with strangers, despite what people may say on the internet. Have your budget and stick to it. And if you need more advice on how to save money and glow up financially, make sure you watch my video about that, linked in the description below. But keep that business to yourself, because people act really strange when money gets involved. And you'd be surprised how people switch up once they learn a bit more about your financial situation. The next thing to keep to yourself, or only within your trusted circle, are your professional and personal goals. Now, in my video about reinventing yourself, I did mention that it's good to talk to people who you're close to about changes you're planning to make and about goals you're trying to reach so that they can be accountability partners. But the truth is also, not everyone wants to be your accountability partner. And again, there are some wolves in sheep's clothing who do not want to see you level up or rise. So you can make yourself really vulnerable by sharing your innermost hopes and dreams with these people. It is very intimate to open up to somebody about what you hope to achieve in your life, whether it's professionally or personally. So understand that your dreams are not safe with everybody and learn to be a bit more discerning. Now, if you think it would be helpful, let me know in the comments if you'd appreciate a video about how to know who you can trust. But essentially, your dreams aren't safe with everybody, so safeguard them. Okay, next up we have religious and political beliefs. I'm definitely not saying that you need to pretend to agree with things that you don't agree with. But getting embroiled in intense conversations about politics and religion, especially at work, is just a bad idea and a rookie mistake. So keep it sweet, keep it cute, mind the business that pays you, and don't get sucked into the outrage economy or any of these intense and heated conversations. Now, if you've watched my video on femininity and being expressive, you'll be ready for this one, because I did mention that expressing how you feel, good or bad, is a big part of embracing the ebbs and flows of your emotions. But Talking about how sad you feel with every and anybody is not something I would advise. I am not advocating suffering in silence. I will say that once more. I am not advocating suffering in silence. So it's not about not talking about the fact that you feel really sad all the time. It's about who you choose to share that information with. There are trained and licensed therapists. There are helplines. If you have an inner circle that you can share that with, then by all means do it there. But remember, when you're emotionally vulnerable, you want to make sure that you are sharing your traumas with people who are safe. And I'm sorry to say, but the internet is not the place for that, because there are all kinds of trip-trap trolls who come on the internet, faceless, and say all kinds of awful things. Your trauma deserves a safe space. So make sure you're careful about who you share these things with. It's not everybody and anyone who deserves the privilege of your vulnerability. And quite often, especially in today's society, there can be a misunderstanding between the line of vulnerability and the line of oversharing. And there's also a difference between genuine interest and nosiness. Genuine interest is kind, patient, and evolves over time, whereas nosiness is just people who want to get in your business, to compare themselves to you, and to know what's going on. So be aware and stay private. I hope you found this video helpful, my loves, and definitely make a note of the things that you should not be talking about with colleagues or strangers. You can revisit this video anytime you want to re-up on the wisdom, and make sure you've hit the notification bell and that you've subscribed and checked out my other playlists so that you can level up and glow up from the inside out through 2024 and beyond. Feel free to let me know in the comments if there's anything else that you think should be restricted to close friends only. Until the next one, mwah.